Hello. Afternoon stream is a go. Hi, Lunar. Hi. Hello, sweets. How are you? Oh, shoot. I have pushed myself to do an afternoon stream like I had hoped. You're doing good. That's good. Wait, what are you embarrassed about? What are you embarrassed about? But I'm doing well. I managed to get a bit of sleep last night, which I'm happy about. And I'm so ready to do this Archon quest, finally. I fell asleep during your stream last night. Aww. Luna. I figured that was the case. That's so adorable. Was I able... Was... What was it that made you fall asleep? Was it me? Or were you just so comfortable? That's very adorable. I was in bed chilling with my phone. Next thing I knew, I was waking up. That is very cute, Lunar. I guess you were just tired. Don't worry though, not much happened. The real content is about to happen anyways. But you were tired. I'm glad you got some sleep though. Oh, for here. Sorry. But no worries about it. It was pretty late at night, and I was getting tired halfway through the stream. Anyways. Like more towards the end of the the stream. That's because there was so much talking between Kozwa and the blade. So much talking. I'm powering up. This stream's gonna be chill as we go through the Archon quest and see what the heck's up with Scaramouche. Or I guess he's now called the Wanderer. And then later tonight, we're playing Final Fantasy again for the first time in a while. And we're gonna take down that stupid house. Never in my life would I think that I'd have beef with a house. And yet here I am, having beef with a house. Right, the house? Don't worry, I will. That house is going down my next stream. Even if it takes an entire 2-3 hours for me to defeat it, I will defeat that house in that stream. I will do it. Without a doubt. Nothing will stop me. Nothing will prevent me from doing it. I will stay up for as long as I need to. I don't think it'll take that long. It'll probably take at least 1 or 2 fights to do. Like the most. My hair is being weird. Right. I'll go ahead and bring up Genshin, and this time I should probably change the category. Because I forgot to last time. For some reason. Or somehow, I forgot to change the category. So it was most likely just chatting the entire time. When I in fact was not just chatting. Okay. I'm also... It's become a thing that I gotta... Okay. There we go. Everything is good. That's fine. My volume was all the way down. Alright. First off, I just want to get a couple rounds TCG in, because I love the game mode so much. Like a lot. Fuck. I did the thing again with the mute button. When we're within 5 rounds. Okay. I was saying before, I'm gonna do a few rounds. Just a few rounds of TCG. I don't need any of these before we get into it. I just really like this game mode, so. What is this?
Let's go.
I'm getting right into it today. Oh, that's just everyone. Hello. I'm gonna...
Ready when you are.
I'm using his elemental skill. Oh, I can't use his elemental skill. Shit. It's fine.
Dodge this.
Attentions. okay.
Let's finish this
Fast
swiftly.
action. Let's go. Hey, what do you mean he'll do? Is there, oh, he's got the shield. Bull. What's Mona do again? Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Burn!
Peace. Why?
Ready when you are.
Ready? I can't. There's the thing. Doing the thing. I got nothing. Oh, now I get the sword. That's lovely. Oh.
Don't push your luck. I'll scout ahead.
It's fine, it's fine. See, that's what he gets. Wait, why did I switch to Luke?
I'll watch your back.
Man, I think this game just set me up for failure at that point. Those were terrible rolls, too. Man. Or can I do that? Not here. There's nothing still. Okay. Wait, what round is this again? I'm supposed to be within 5 rounds. Damn it. At least I think that's what the requirement was to get something. Oh, damn! Alright, now I understand how that part works. Yeah, it was to win within 5 rounds. That's crazy, I'm doing that again. Oh my god. Okay, that's better. I'll take that.
Let's go. And what element today? Okay. I'll go ahead and switch
Ready
over to
when you
Kyle.
are.
Oh no, it just does 1 damage. Okay.
Cool it. I'll watch your back.
Within 5 rounds, we have to beat her. That was not a good roll either. I'm not getting good rolls, man. Now I have that. Insufficient elemental die. What? Oh. Sheesh.
Let's go.
I'll draw 2 cards. That could be good. I got 2 more rounds though. Hey, yo. That dice was spinning. See, now I can use that as a just in case sort of thing. Let me draw 2 extra cards. And those cards aren't helpful. Damn it. Alright. It's fine. I think. I don't know. I can't do anything. Never mind. Oh shit. This could actually. Oops. Never mind. Forget what I was gonna say. This is not going well enough here. Like, at all. Actually, that actually better than I thought. Oh, shit. Never mind.
This will be interesting.
We just gotta break through that shield somehow. That did nothing. Never mind. We're supposed to win this within 5 rounds? This is round 5. Okay. Actually. Hold on now. See, why does our elemental skill do more than damage in our burst? That don't make no sense to me.
I'll scout ahead.
Man, how do we break through that? Ah, that's bull. Alright, I guess you can't do it in 5 rounds. Actually, why did I get pyro ones? I don't need pyro. It's stupid.
Ready when you are.
This whole round, okay, this whole round, this whole game is just bad. This whole game is just bad. This was not good. At all. I don't know what is happening. Making poor choices all the way around.
Freeze! Don't push your luck. I'll scout ahead.
Again, making poor choices. You know what? I apologize. Shut up. I apologize for conceding, but that was just a bad game. That was just bad. Like, so bad. I have to think about that one more often. But let's try fighting against Timaeus real quick. We got time. No. Oh, hello, Pyro. Yes. Thank you.
Let's go.
What does Timaeus do? Five Pyro die. Hello. Oh, I don't want to use up all my Pyro like that. In any case. It's fine, he ended his round a bit early. That's right, I have suspicion. Yeah, right, good start. It's better than the last one. That last one was confusing. Okay, Okay. It's clear that we need to switch to Razor for this one. So let's switch over to Razor.
I'll watch your back.
And it's considered a fast action, so we can do this while fast.
Get back!
Like, hello? And then we can go ahead and not forfeit, end our round, so we get the upper hand next time. That's okay. But it could have been better. It could have been better. We're switching over to Kaya anyway.
Ready when you are. Freeze!
What's his intentions? Physical attack? I can do that. Actually, would it have been better if I attacked? Just like a normal attack? Probably. But oh well. Okay, okay. Just in case this goes forward.
Don't push your luck.
Hey.
I'll watch your back.
Let's believe it was my turn. Round 5. What's up with these okay-ish rolls? Oh, bye. Bye, tomatoes. Honestly, could have gone a lot better. But you know what? It's fine. Let's go. Alright. Enough fooling around. And it's time we go to the sanctuary. Shoot. Let's get this started.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that?
I don't think so.
Just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Duh. It's academia.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is.
Oh, okay.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper.
Kabuki-mono.
If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
If you're looking for the traveler, that's
Oh,
me.
you're the traveler, you say?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, where could we find her? Stands right behind you. Oh, where?
So
I
what,
wonder.
For the love of...
I wonder.
Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kind of lacking.
Oh, clearly.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see.
Sorry, I can't help.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
There are a bunch of introverts who bury their noses into books. Of course, they're not. They are social. I thought it was the most obvious thing that they were in social, man. They just
Well,
you
fair
just had to
point.
expose
In that
themselves
case,
like
please
that.
ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me I have to
Let me
read
give you some
it.
background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade.
Mikoshi
But in the
Nagamasa.
end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Sometimes people kill just to kill. I don't know.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
So,
That's right.
all of the
Akaba's
playable
teacher has
Genshin
spent
characters.
quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Unusual style, yes. Lego style, definitely. Obvious. Like, if you're gonna have unusual style, you're gonna slay it
Stop shouting!
in many ways.
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago.
What?
Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Everyone's going missing. Could it be?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in the story now?
There's missing people
That's
everywhere,
right.
Paimon.
What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Yes.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Yeah, like the Katahari
Wow,
clan
yes,
and
you really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa
I'm
was a
a Noma
distant
clan.
relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
What else is there?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Now we're talking about Scaramouche. Let's go.
A puppet?
Oh, hold on. The Shogun puppet that the Electro Archon made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. The Kabuki Mono has to be the balladeer. But what was he doing
Aha!
400 years
Judging
ago?
by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Glaring at Paimon, oh, keeps her mouth shut.
No, Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human
Jesus.
races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Paimon does have a habit of running her mouth. She does. Sometimes she says too much. This is a story. For sure. And there's this is just 1 and then 2 and then 3 extracts. Oh my god. I can't read all of this, man. Yo. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
and
not I
please
can't.
read my essay draft as well.
What is your essay? Is it longer? Oh my god, it's longer. Oh my god, it's longer. I think there may I think we might acquire them. I don't know. But this essay draft is longer. We might be able to look through them if we get it in our inventory. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh wait, this actually I'll read this one point because it seems like the most important thing that I've saw so far. A puppet did once appear in Tatarasuna. Its visage was elegant, its apparel impeccable, and the way it dressed hid all the joint lines on its body. If no one were to mention that it was indeed a puppet, it would be hard to tell at all. Additionally, this puppet seemed to possess special joint lines that would fade with time, potentially even disappearing altogether, which perhaps eventually made the puppet seem entirely human. This is definitely Scaramouche that's being talked about. It's just that they don't know it. Other than that, I'm not reading anything else.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
This guy ever even written an essay before?
Akaba, look. Your
Yeah, 'cause
teacher
you
has
can't make
researched
stuff
this
up in an essay if it's
extensively.
about
I've
logic.
reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as
Actually, you
much
can't make
detail
stuff
as you're ever
up in an
going
essay
to
entirely.
get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
None.
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Oh, we know stuff
After
about
all,
it.
we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
There he is.
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
There he is.
the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Why is this man walking around so freely? Locked up? You mean he ain't dead from bashing his skull? Apparently. I mean, we do gotta remember, he is a puppet, so I don't think getting bashed by his skull is gonna do much to that guy. But at the same time, I don't know. Personally, if I was dropped my head from so far up, I would have died. I thought he was dead. But it looks like he ain't, I guess. Wait a minute. Scaramouche is talking to Nahida.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
There he is. Oh, aren't you immortal? Yeah, I'm immortal. I can still die. It just means that I live forever. But there's still ways that I can die. I think. I don't know if I'm led to, again, I'm led to believe that I'm immortal. But like, it's not like I can't die. It's just that I don't die from old age. No, I'm cool. I'm cool. I've lived this long with fighting my way to survive. I'm cool. I'm chill.
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surastana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Please do.
It was my
Nahida.
idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if
Yeah.
that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
He's got that bowl cut. That's what I'm saying. He got the bowl cut, bro. It fits him, but it also just looks kind of stupid. But man, he annoys me. But like in a good way, question. Like in a good way, question. I don't know.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
That man just underestimated us. What you mean? And he's got a rat tail in the back. His hair is a mess, though.
Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
Okay, but hold on, though, Paimon. She's the Dendro Archon, the goddess of wisdom. I don't think she would get tricked that easily.
It's not every day you see people questioning the god of wisdom's judgment.
Exactly.
Just when you think you've seen it all.
I can't believe I just agreed with Scaramouche.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
You mean even with El Dotere? Cause the deal you made with El Dotere.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
That's what I said.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
You're right. You're right about that. I ain't agree with him on nothing. That makes me happy. And I'm not agreeing with Scaramouche. Let's go.
The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Oh, that depends. Will the Fatui take back a traitor? Someone who tried to play God? I don't know.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Damn! Doctor got no remorse.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was
Stable
between
ones
me
are.
and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Wow. Wow.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Not exactly. The Dendro Archon is very, very flexible.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. At least today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
I mean, I don't want to doubt Nahida. She's the god. She's literally the goddess of wisdom. She know. I can fully trust her. She knows what
Yes.
she's doing.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Wait, our benefit.
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Oh yeah, she did tell me that before. I found out about that off stream. There is method in her madness, obviously. Obviously. There's always gonna be something behind Nahida's
Oh,
madness.
yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect.
Let's go.
The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
What if he lies to you?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
Because y'all were enemies every time y'all ran into him. He was literally a Fitsui harbinger all those times. Now look at him, working with the Dendra Archon.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on.
Exactly. I can't believe I'm...
How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
That is so sweet and considerate. I think that's the most anyone has helped. I think has helped the Traveler with her brother.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
That is very, very sweet.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection.
Literally.
In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Let's go. Back in the Irminsul we go.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
I was wondering when the last time anyone looked into the Traveler's sibling and the person they were fighting. I think it's been a long time, or like long time at least. Because actually, I don't.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
I don't think we've ever really gotten much information, like this much information about the Traveler's sibling before. So I'm not sure. I love this line that he just sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards, but right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else,
Kick your butt once.
Irminsul's
Exactly.
inner
I'll
region
do it
consists
again.
exclusively of torrents of information.
I'll do it again.
You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine, let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
Uh, uh, d- what is this supposed to... Did she just call it... What? He's now trying to... Now he's trying to flatter... You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about that because I don't want to say... I
You
don't
sure are confident.
want to
Paimon will
reveal
give you
any...
that. You make it sound like you're even more
Oh
experienced
my
at
God.
adventuring than us.
He is!
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
I mean, he's right about the eyes, but I know Traveler's eyes are pretty. Like, look at her eyes. They're so pretty, but damn. He didn't have to say it like that. There's no need for all the biting sarcasm.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
That was just a
Is
little
this a small
out of
sapling?
nowhere.
Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Alright, we gotta remain calm now. He better not say something out of pocket again.
Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different than what I imagined.
Ooh.
Well,
I've
that's
never
pretty.
seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
That's so pretty.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Damn, dude.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Because that's you, Paimon.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
Get lost or something?
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Be lost forever. Maybe that feels like it's better than sticking with this dude and his annoying, sarcastic self. But then again, I'm very sarcastic
Sapling
myself,
things have
so.
spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
The location has changed. Looks like we were transported to another path.
It looks the same in every direction.
The space is indeed unusual, but it seems that the Balanier is more used to it than I. Because he's probably been in here multiple times.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
Paimon.
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
So why don't you relax your guard a little?
We're here.
I hate this man.
What a huge tree!
That's such a pretty tree. This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Baladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
Paimon, Damn. He hasn't put up any resistance, and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. First Akaba and Sawada's stories. Now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Explain something to me, please. Her name is Nahida, but she also answers to Lesser Lord Kusanagi. Yeah, so it's kind of like how there's the other archons in the game have their archon names and then their the names that they go by with like other people. So like in Kusanagi's case, her archon name is Lesser Lord Kusanagi, but she goes by Nahida to like players and stuff. And then there's another character, Zhongli. He's the Geo Archon. His Archon name is Morax or Rex Lapis, but he prefers to go by like Zhongli. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Nahida, is this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
I'm guessing that you don't want us to disturb the balladeer.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Sure.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
He's talking back to us though, Paimon, not you. He's talking back to us, not Nahida, not Kusanagi. Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for others.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Is it about his past, the betrayals, and the other events in Inazuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia in Pardestia. You relate what you saw in the balladeer's mind while in Pardis.
You made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the balladeer into the person he is today.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Of course, Paimon. You think just because he's snarky 24/7 doesn't mean that he can't get sad? He can't be a sad boy? That's crazy.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
He had a god complex, he's still human? Exactly. You can still be a living being and have a god complex, but experience emotions.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Tell us.
Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
You tell Nahida about the story, not the writing.
How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Damn.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
We have every right to keep certain things confidential.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
He was so
Still looking.
butthurt.
Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Uh-oh. Wait, what did he find?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Anonymous
Hey,
data.
don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Hello?
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
The name Niwa was the man in charge of Tatarasuna. Plus, he belongs in the lineage of Ishin art.
Whoa!
What?
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose, they are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
Oh?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
Oh.
And recently, as you well know, Someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
For a working environment, yeah.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death.
Oh.
But what about you? What are you still doing here?
That's how he
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
What?
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't turn my back on someone with a knife strapped to their back. I wouldn't turn my back to someone at all. I would turn my back to someone at all. Yo, he didn't just go... I thought he just went missing from entering the furnace. He didn't go missing. He just got murdered.
It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
He got murdered.
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Huh?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace.
Stop.
So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Stop. That voice is so familiar.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
I think that's the doc. That sounds just like the doctor.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
It really sounds like the
go to all this
doctor.
trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have
Oh, that's
in
the doctor I'm about to
abundance.
swing.
This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
It's the doctor.
If
Oh
you
my
must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me
Yep.
the Doctor.
God damn it.
Fatui? Who? What do you want?
I'm about
Just
to
to
swing.
create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
I'm about to fully.
That's it. That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
Oh my
Make no
god.
mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us.
Oh,
He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
No, dude.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty.
My eyes are watering. Hold on.
Then out of
What?
respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
Hello.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
It's always the doctor that is the reason for everything going on. Holy.
Hey, are you alright?
The doctor is the reason why he became the fucking balladeer.
Dottore? Dottore! Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
He was the one behind the Tatarasuna incident.
Why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
You sure?
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Yo. This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? Of course it was. It's the freaking doctor. Man's is 400 years old apparently. I don't even know anymore what's going on. If the betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does this leave him?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Okay, let's go over
We
there.
need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Because Scaramouche, because it's the doctor. I don't know how to put it into words. He's worked up because for years he thought that someone betrayed him, and that led him down the path that he's at now. But in reality, it's been the doctor the entire time who sent him down that path.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the kabuki mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Now that he knows the truth, he's questioning the past hundreds of years that everything was for nothing. Exactly. He's questioning everything he's done for everything he's ever thought and known.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
And now he's realized that his entire life for the past 400 years has been nothing but a little experiment.
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
Oh.
The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
That is fucked.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now I know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokenden 100 years ago, but it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Tottori, you brazen-faced...
Oh.
Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Oh, he was about to go off. Dude. A while later.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Yo. I both love and hate the Doctor. I hate the Doctor because he's the Doctor and he's just and everything he's done, but I love the fact that he's just a pure villain. Like, he seems to be just a purebred villain just for the sake of being a villain. Obviously, we don't know his story, but everything he's done has just made him so much worse. He's the character you love to hate. Exactly. I hate that I love to hate him because he's so well written out. He's so well written out. He's the most villain-like character so far, and that's just beautiful. No remorse from this guy.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
He's smiling. So scary.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We just want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Just wait, there'll be a heart-wrenching story for him. Almost definitely. It's either there's two options for Dottore. Either he has like a horrible backstory that's just so sad and makes you almost sympathize for him, or he's just doing all this just because he thinks it's fun. Like, it's either way.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
That would make sense.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Not unexpected, but still, thank you.
Don't thank me just yet.
What you mean by that?
You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Oh, what you got, boy?
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
The other Fatui Harbinger.
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this.
I believe him.
Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Hey, yo.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser
Scar.
Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Scara.
Give me your hand.
What is he doing?
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
God damn it. Are you trying to brainwash me?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you.
Little face. She's so upset she can't hear. Look at her sad face. He's so cute.
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
Oh. Wait, why would you ask that?
Done.
Huh? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Wait, that look. Did he see me hesitate? But that was because I know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Oh no, I think...
So long.
Hello?
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Huh?
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Balladeer, stop.
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Yo, Scara.
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
No.
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
No.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
He already did something stupid. He's erasing himself.
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta...
I don't think we can find... I think he literally just deleted himself from the world's knowledge and he doesn't exist.
Oh no, he's really gone!
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some...
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out!
Walked into Irminsul.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Man's just walked into the tree and disappeared, and y'all trying to find him? That's crazy. Oh, and we're back in the house. That's it for the Balladeer, I think. But since I have a thing for not completing story quests, I gotta do more so I can continue the quest. I guess we have some more to do.
Are you feeling any better now?
Yes. I think the Dendro Archon made a really good point. I need to stop dwelling on my wife now that I think about it. My wife and I always meet at a familiar... I know where that place exists in reality. But at the same time, I feel as if I should go and have a look anyway. Otherwise, I'll keep on feeling like everything is covered in a haze. Once I can stop dreaming about that place, I'll probably... Actually, you two are adventurers, right?
Yeah, it might also be a good chance for... Even if you can't see your wife there, taking in some nice scenery will definitely help cheer you up.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, go ahead and get yourself ready.
You should at least know that she once existed in this world.
Are you headed off to some interesting place without
Huh? Wait, aren't you supposed to be in...
I just finished. and they really got a lot out of it. So anyway, it looks like you're going somewhere. Why don't you take me with you?
Oh, there's no need to trouble you, great Dendro Archon.
No need to stand on ceremony. Besides, I wouldn't have asked to come along if I didn't have it. I wanted to use this opportunity to discuss with you some things that are puzzling me right now.
Huh. I didn't know the great Dendro Archon could become puzzled too.
I'm not all that different from you, you know. Alright, let's go. We can talk on the way.
Radical Wizard, the great Lord of Vakasang, will take some explaining. Oh, we can just do it now? Oh, sweet. Hey, no more story quests. I should really just do story quests off stream. That's a bad habit I got. Yeah, I thought that was gonna take longer.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
I want to help.
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nagita, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Look.
Her voice has gone.
That's basically what she said.
Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Paimon doesn't remember Greater Lord Devata, and the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. I'll skip the part about Greater Lord Devata for now, and focus on the Balladeer.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible!
It's not impossible.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself from history.
Huh?
Paimon, are you okay?
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to.
I mean, we know.
And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him.
You're littler
There's no way he'll
than
actually
him.
succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Indeed, if the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Inazuma will be affected. I can't imagine what the situation would be like. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with a connection to the Raiden Gokun, Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayato. Will this mean that they'll disappear?
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But
I don't think they'll
Paimon's
disappear.
still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight. So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes. Cream stew. Sauteed matsutake. And Dragon chili chicken. Almond tofu. Satisfying salad. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and
I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear Paimon talk about food now. What's wrong?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
You were getting so worried about the situation with the balladeer, you started listing foods.
The balladeer?
Oh, there it is. Scaramouche was successful.
Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name though.
Paimon doesn't remember the balladeer? That means he actually pulled it off? But how did he have that ability? That doesn't make sense.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
It happened. It happened.
So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
If this really happened, I need to know what else changed. Paimon, come with me.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
Sheesh. I want to go back to Inazuma.
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Let's get over there first. Yo, Scaramouche actually did it. He actually erased himself from history. Or something. And we saw it with our very own eyes.
We've made it to Amanoma Smithy.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead.
About the writing Gokuden, could you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. They learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline?
That, my friend, in fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Oh.
The Raiden Gokunin were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago,
Oh my
so
god.
I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Damn.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living, alas. If only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunin. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to.
What?
His goal was absolute, the devastation of all. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
The legend of the Raiden Gokunin has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the Balladeer did something in Armisol, but it seems Niwa still died.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
So he still exists. He's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? On to the next stop! Lead the way, traveler! Paimon will be right behind you!
Scaramouche is really out here changing things. Bro.
We're here! This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
So, both of them are fine?
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it's...
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Can I ask a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me. What would you like to know?
How are the commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commissioner's behalf. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good...
So pretty much business as usual in the Yashiro.
Very much so.
Ayato is still the Yashiro commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both sound and safe and
Got
well.
any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to... I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero too. I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, they say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the commissioner is so fond of home comforts.
Aww.
They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome. Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being real. Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner.
Of course.
All right, goodbye for now. Great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves.
All right then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now.
Very well. Safe travel.
So as far as we know, everything seems fine? I hope so. Xavier!
Well, here we are. But
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Hi, Xavier.
Xavier? What are you
Xavier?
doing here?
That's how you pronounce his name, Xavier? What? the
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
That can't be how you pronounce exactly. That's Xavier, not Xavier. How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
Yo, Paimon's about to make me question everything. Why is it pronounced Xavier?
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So can I ask you one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a kabuki mono connected to Tarasuna?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more kabuki mono. Did the balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? It seems like it. If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was, but so far, it looks like the majority of the changes have only affected himself.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier!
Exactly.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
It's beginning to appear...
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for.
It's beginning to appear that Scaramouche really did just erase himself from history.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will always be there for you.
Okay, that's cute. She just called the Spinal Crocodile.
Hey, don't mention it. Alright, let's head up.
Oh, shit. Oh my god. Well, I'm Adventure Rate 56. Sheesh. That is so weird. So weird.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
It's the same topic we discussed last time.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna's past. Let's see what was here, what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that you lent me last time was great. Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so now we have a chance to look over, to read it. I think if anything's changed, it takes parts away from... It just takes out everything about the Kabukimono. Or like anything about a puppet. Oh, they highlighted what's changed? Hello. Too many rumors have revolved around the yokai. Who are so very characteristic. Mentions the word outsider. It should be known that the appearance of such a character. A foreign mechanic once visited Tatarasuna. Reportedly, the reason for his immigration was to exchange knowledge and foreign ties with the locals. Seemed to have behaved suspiciously. Someone tried to turn him away. They would only earn incomprehensible mumbles from his lips. Often stared into the furnace, soonly checked his condition. Unsettlingly, spent a substantial amount of time watching the local residents. Judging from the era, after traveling across the tides, the calamity came not long after this exchange of knowledge, which hints at high potential of caution between these events. However, some current residents believe that these assumptions were merely the results of their forebearers' overreactive imaginations, attempting to theorize how things actually unfolded. The mechanic. So there's information about the mechanic that's been added, and they took anything about the Kabukimono away. The mechanic. Long have I delved through many texts and documents, but I was ultimately unable to decipher even a specter of a clue as to his background. Still, mentions of the mechanic grew scarcer in the aftermath of the Tatarasuna incident. I speculate that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure woven from overripe imaginations, he actually did exist. Perhaps even had a hand in the events that took place in Tatarasuna. Interesting. I know before I only skimmed it, but I don't remember any mention of the mechanic. Just the Kabukimono. And now there's nothing about the Kabukimono, but a lot about the mechanic.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
Alright. This is the same. Alright, added information. Or changed information. Finding this is from sand. Okay. Like a fallen spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the boat. The landed mechanic's feet who crouched had better study the object, straining against the urge to take a bite, yet he did not. Okay, so, again. The content has changed, another effect of tampering with the information in Irminsul. The Baldier said he'd erased 2 of his names. If he really did exceed, he must have taken all of his might, but still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Hey, Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this. Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we...
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma.
Wait.
Wow, so many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Amanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Interesting. Okay. So does this mean that Nihida also forgot about Scaramouche and Kabuki in general, as a whole? I guess we're about to find out. Nihida.
Nihida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
I was investigating the situation with the balladeer.
The balladeer? It
Yep.
sounds like some kind of code name.
Sounds like she also forgot. Oh no.
You look troubled. Is...
Even Nihida doesn't remember. Just like last time, any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nihida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I'm a record keeper.
Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are things that happen that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. So even the Archon was affected, yeah. Everyone was affected but the Traveler. There was once one named the Balladeer, created by the Electric Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength. When he returned to Inazuma to take his revenge, he tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul, learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone inside the machine after we defeated it.
Whoa. So the doctor still created... So the academia still created another deity? And no one controlled it?
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because changed the world?
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it.
I'm not.
The Traveler comes from a world beyond Tevat. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspectives on this, on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right if... It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Brukadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try.
It was practically their fate.
The story makes sense. Every part of it. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end cannot be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
Hello?
It turns out that I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes Tevat. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
Wow.
And sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present information recorded in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. The now erased life of the balladeer.
Whoa, man. That's a lot.
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was extinguished,
I know.
but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain
I couldn't help myself,
and found
alright?
a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different.
Wow. That was like
We solved it!
so perfect.
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion.
I just remember she correctly remember asking what the date was. That was so random. In the middle of a fight, he's like, "What date was it?" I was like, "What's that supposed to mean?"
No memory of him at all.
It was crazy.
He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you. Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
He was wondering if the full 4 months had passed. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. There wasn't exactly a calendar nearby. I mean, in a heap of rubble that he caused, I wouldn't think so. Hi, Silver. What AR are you? I just got to 56 this stream. Like literally a few minutes ago, I got to AR 56.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us.
Yeah. It was really surprising to see that I hit it on stream.
So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny. To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot. Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nahita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something to eat? We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, Traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Paimon's so sweet. And as much as she can be annoying and get on our nerves, she's very sweet and she looks out for us.
Protect us. We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Sorry, it's just give me a minute. I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain, let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukadevata, forbidden knowledge, Nahita.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukadevata. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation and list Lord Rukadevata to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukadevata. But this is crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There
Oh,
seems to be a small
there he
problem
is.
with the last bill. Look, here.
There he is, right there. Hi. There's the freaking fucking balladeer, man.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
There's that face of his.
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss.
Right, his hat got shorter. It was out here, now it's here.
I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Did he reincarnate himself like the previous Digital Art content? Maybe. Maybe he did. That's interesting.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the balladeer.
Who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually. You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight.
He's just there, but in a completely different outfit.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsettias? Isn't that a bit...
Shush.
Oh, alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know me? I
Yes.
have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
I would not be able to recognize any other poorly bowl cut hair like his.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
Puppet?
Huh?
You were right! The look on his face!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
With a wide-brimmed hat, too, exactly. And a voice like that, I can't miss him.
Okay, But please let me deliver these goods to my boss.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you...
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said...
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Then let's return to the city.
It's so weird seeing and hearing Scaramouche be so nice. He's become a pure boy now. He's so pure. But it's so weird because he's so pure. I'm used to this man being snarky as hell and sarcastic and wanting to destroy me the moment he sees me. And now he's doing stuff for people.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Attached.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
Not the first time I've seen this trope, honestly, so I don't find it that weird. That's true. I guess it's just weird that I've seen it from him because it's such a sudden change.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day. Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this.
I mean, he
Your
had a
time is
hat.
valuable.
I think it was
You know,
alright.
You should go live your life.
Honestly, if I had a hat like that, I too would just walk aimlessly in the rain without caring if I was gonna get soaked or not.
But I don't...
But you don't what, boy?
No, you're right.
Look at how wide that hat is. Exactly, especially with
Then
his
I
last
suppose
hat.
this is where we say
Yo.
goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Return to the sanctuary. I'm telling you, if I had a white hat, I would not take that thing off. And I don't like wearing hats, like at all. Wee. Let's go, Nahida. I like the beanie
What's
in the
wrong?
winter. Ooh, I kind of do like wearing beanies.
Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
He's apologizing.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you're trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
He's so polite now, exactly.
Well, it seems more relevant in my case.
He's a polite
To me,
boyo.
it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain. I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation.
Oh, like a past life or something?
The previous past
Yes.
Yeah, previous
Something
past.
far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
A bit.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
Nope. We're just trying to think where to start. You could have been better, a lot better. He could have been a
If it's
lot
that
better.
difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
You sure about that?
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil.
They
You
were
nearly died
evil.
because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
He was not. For the most part.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your,
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves,
We're going into Ermital again.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, But be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world.
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just
All
finishing the
right.
job.
Thanks.
Wanderer,
He's so
this
polite.
is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories.
Is that because this is kind of like...
You could say that, and...
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? Not a scratch.
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
Damn.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by...
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Damn. And we knew that.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
'Cause that's the way fate... That's what fate is.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Oh? Oh. That is weird.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
Oh no.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
Oh,
This
poor
child
kid.
didn't have a name. Or rather, the Balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise. After leaving Tatarasuna, the Balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
Oh
He
no.
died from his illness while he was still very young. The Balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Oh no. So that's what happened to that kid. How did those arrows miss?
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Jesus, Jester.
You must counterattack. You can run, but you can't hide.
Let's dance.
Come at me.
No excuse for slacking.
You can't run. Well,
Windblade.
It isn't time for a break yet.
that all you got?
My work.
I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. You've only just begun. I miscalculated.
The room where we first met,
This
Scaramouche.
place is dark.
I think it is.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
Yeah.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer.
Such a creepy atmosphere.
I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
La Senora.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead,
Oh wait, Lunar,
I
relax,
suggest
relax,
you keep your
Lunar.
true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath.
You're not
I
wrong
know
though.
what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a
Folded
lot
so
of
easily,
swordsmiths
Lunar.
you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden
Interesting.
Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Yo, the way she walks.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come.
She knows what she's doing. Oh, for sure.
able to
Oh, for
continue?
sure she does.
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results and your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Matters.
Lose myself a little.
Can I switch to it? Thank you.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Look at me. Just once.
Listen to her. She knows what she's doing. Of course she does. She's La Senora, yo.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
Can I throw the balladeer off of a cliff? I did like that line though. Why are you staring at me in silence? That was so well.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
Wasn't this 400 years ago? Why is Tsar here? No, the events before the room that the purple room we were in, that was 400 years ago. The purple room that we were in was when we were, was during the Inazuma quest. Because La Senora was still alive. This is a bit before the Sumeru quest, I'm assuming.
That was gracefully worded.
Yeah.
Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
I want to kick the doctor
That
so
person
bad.
gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
That guy
Let's
scares
move
you?
on.
That is crazy. Where are we going to now? Where's fucking
You're a god.
Pokemon?
Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppet? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Are you saying?
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. With each person being as a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original balladeer was God, this person will live on in his place. Are people's sins an inescapable part of their destiny too? Yeah.
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours. You have made your decision.
Oh my god, he took off the hat.
Take this.
Set him free?
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy's back. And do all that trouble to end up back at square one again.
Are you done yet?
That's how it goes.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Whoa. Scarlet.
Balladeer?
Die.
Hello?
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Have you got any more stupid questions?
Oh yeah, he's gotten all his memories back.
Feeble human! The wind rises. Behold! Quit following me. At my command, the wind rises. You shall fall.
Wasn't he Electro before? Yeah, he was Electro in...
Following me.
He was Electro in the past incarnation, but his...
Relax.
his current incarnation is animal now because they're two different people.
My endless cycle. The wind rises.
Yo, low key, why is the Wanderer about to die?
Quit following me. Too slow. Feeble human.
Other way.
Behold. Churn! The wind rises. Upon the gale. Insignificant pest!
That's crazy.
Feeble human! Quick! Squall and fury! Upon the gale! Wretched vermin! At my command, you shall fall! Insignificant pest! The wind rises.
There we go.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
It disappeared. Did we win?
Heck yeah,
What
we
did you
did.
expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that you recovered your memories, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
At least he's got his personality again.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Me, myself, but not I. Me, myself, but not I.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey.
You
Looks
don't
like he
like being
grew a
addressed
little.
by that name?
Yeah, he did.
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
You won't go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish.
Of course not.
What you are looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from
Oh,
existence,
those transitions.
the world will not heed your will.
Oof. Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
Clever
I guess you could say
indeed.
that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul.
Sweet.
What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
Thank you. Let's hope you can find some
I will
answers.
try.
Traveler.
Yes?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you did, I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do all of this for a reward. Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
How is he gonna do
That's
that?
not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
I mean, humans
You
can't
understand what pain
live
is
without
perfectly
much,
well,
right?
Even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
For real. Where's this man going? Dude, what are you doing?
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Sweet.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Wow.
Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Oh, Paimon.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
You want us to decide?
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything?
You can obtain an item. Please know that some names cannot be utilized in this change. Once you have renamed this character, some interfaces in the game going along will display the name you have chosen. There is a limit on the number of times you can rewrite this character, so do so with care. Please ensure Yep. Yo. What should we name the what should I name the Wanderer? Yo. I think I remember seeing a TikTok about name ideas for him. But what should we name him? Dude, this is like a lot. Cause I know someone who's named him just plain old Scara, but I don't know if I have no idea if I wanna name him that. Let's see what this person says. Oh wait, that's actually, hold on. I see this name. Kamui? And apparently it means rebel of the gods. It actually seems kinda nice. And I think I saw another one that said like, what did it say? Remembrance of the divine. It's pronounced. There's another name that goes by Saku. Yo, why is this actually hard? I think I might actually name him Kamui. Or, yeah. Someone gave a name idea to name him Freddy as a reference to Bohemian Rhapsody. So stupid. I think you know what? I'm gonna name him Kamui. Apparently it means rebel of the gods. I just want to name him that because it seems fit.
Are you sure?
Yes, this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
He sounds so uninterested. It's a fitting name, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Now you have a name of your own.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Still thinking. Stop rushing me!
Kamui.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
It's
Now
always
that
the
your
doctor.
stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
If he wants it.
No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, true. But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Jesus, Paimon.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Is that it?
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
Oh my god.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told, a journey that you must walk to behold.
Said so. Return to the resting place. Ooh. Yo, that was an adventure, bro. I need to have dinner. I'll be back if you're still streaming. Alright, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Go eat, go eat. I think this may end like in like a few minutes. So I'll be ending soon.
It's about time we had a break.
But if I don't see you back before I'm streaming, then I'll see you tonight. I'll see you for tonight's stream.
As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up, Paimon.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at the vase.
What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like, Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
The night we stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the Balladeer and broke the vase. But the Balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world. So why is this vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
Hold the phone.
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Who's you?
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance. But for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase.
Who are you? How do you know that?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
What the heck was that?
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that?
I don't even know.
What was he doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that face is still lying there broken on the ground. It feels wrong just leaving it there.
I wonder what else awaits for me in the future. That was weird. But that marks the end of this afternoon's stream. That marks the end. Oof. That was an adventure, everyone. But I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we actually did it. And all in one stream too. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. But so yeah, that marks the end of this afternoon stream. But need not worry, I will return tonight at 11:30 p.m. EST. As again, I'm going to be streaming Final Fantasy again for the first time in a while, and we'll be moving on with that. Yeah. So it's not exactly I'm not exactly saying goodbye because I'll see y'all again in a few hours, but please do make sure you guys have something to eat, alright? And get ready with a lot of energy for tonight's stream because it's gonna go down with that house. But anyways, I'll see y'all tonight, alright? Thank you all so much for coming out and joining me this afternoon. Bye everyone!